Today we are back in St. Cloud checking out a brand new home where our builders are currently offering you $10,000 to $20,000 just to build or pick your home. And on top of that, they're even offering fixed lowered interest rates, meaning that you get to keep those lowered interest rates for the entire duration of your loan. So if you're into saving money and that sounds interesting to you, make sure you guys stay tuned because you're not going to want to miss this one. And now before we jump into the home, I want to make sure you guys know where we are currently located. And today we are in St. Cloud, Florida. St. Cloud is located just south of Orlando, being only 35 to 40 minutes away, giving us access to shopping, dining, and even world-class attractions such as Walt Disney World, SeaWorld, and Universal. And even professional sporting teams, Orlando Magic, Orlando City, and our Solar Bears. Giving us access to so much all under an hour away. And our community is going to be just 15 to 25 minutes away from MCO, Orlando's International Airport. And just about 20 minutes from our community is going to be Boxy Park and Lake Nona, where you'll have access to shopping, dining, and outside fun. Now, if you're new to me or my channel, thanks for stopping by. It is a pleasure to have you guys here. And my name is Concepcion, a real estate advisor in the Central Florida area. And I help people buy, sell, and relocate to Central Florida. So if you're thinking about making a move, reach out to us because we'd love to help you make that decision. All my info is going to be on the screen as well as in the description. And now before we jump into this home, I want to talk a little bit about what our community has to offer. And our community has homes ranging in sizes from just over 1,800 square feet to over 3,000 square feet, as well as we have prices starting in the low fours going all the way up to the mid fives. And the home we're going to be touring today is going to be our Meadowwood. It comes with 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, sitting at 2,090 square feet with a 2-car garage. So with that being said, let's kick this home tour off and I'll meet y'all at the front of the home. Welcome in everybody and welcome to the front of the home. As soon as we step into this smaller foyer, where the first thing we're going to see is going to be these upgraded tiles as well as a chandelier right above me. And that chandelier is going to be a fixture and that is not going to be included. And now our foyer in this home is going to be smaller and a little bit more private, which I definitely like. Where to the left of us, we're going to see we have a smaller office space as well as a coat closet just right here, which I'm going to show to you guys real quick. Not that we utilize coats in Florida all too much, so ultimately it's up to you guys what you decide to use it as. And then we're going to have this small flex space just right here, where you guys are going to see you have a single front facing window bringing in a decent amount of natural light. And this is going to be just an office space as there is no closet, making this a great space to call a home office. With so many people working from home nowadays, it's super important to have a space like this in the front of the home that's bright and quiet, that allows you to focus away from the rest of the madness. So no more days of working at your dining table. You guys would have a nice secluded space to call your own. Now, as we dive deeper into this home, we're going to reach a long and narrow stretch where you're going to see our kitchen, our dining space, and then our living room. And of course, as usual, we're going to start off with our kitchen first. And I will start off by saying that this kitchen definitely does come upgraded. This community has base pricing, meaning that you will get to go to a design center and design your home to your heart's content, unless you're going with a quick move-in. Quick move-ins already come with their upgrades pre-selected. But if you're going to be built, then you will get to go to a design center. So we're gonna walk through our kitchen and kind of talk about it, starting off with our island. And this island is going to have upgraded quartz countertops. And the 2 fixtures you guys are seeing hanging above our island are going to be upgrades as well, that you will have the opportunity to pick out at your design center. And we also have upgraded black cabinets in this kitchen, along with that glass display you guys are seeing, with our standard cabinet colors being a light and a dark brown. And rest easy if you don't like the black, light, or dark brown. You guys, again, will have more opportunities and more colors to choose from our design center. Another upgrade we see in our kitchen is going to be that backsplash. And again, just like our cabinet colors, you guys are going to have a multitude of different options to pick from. Now, what's standard in our kitchen is going to be right here. We have a microwave as well as our oven stove combo. Now on the other side of our kitchen is going to be our dishwasher. That is also going to be our included appliance. So we're gonna have our microwave, our oven stove, and our dishwasher all included. And before I move on from this little section, one thing I want to point out is that we have really, really deep cabinets. If you're a big cooker and you have a lot of pots and pans, those cabinets are perfect because they are very deep. Just behind me is going to be an upgraded feature. Our refrigerator is going to be an upgrade. You guys will not get that as a standard feature in this home. And to the left of me is going to be our walk-in pantry. We have a real nice sized walk-in pantry where you guys can currently see that it is staged, showcasing to you how much you can really fit in here. And I absolutely love when a model home comes fully equipped with snacks. Now this is not a sponsorship, but Knott's Berry, show some love, sponsor your boy. I'll put those right there for later. And the next feature I want to talk about is going to be our single deep sink, which is right under our window. And every time I see a window sink, it reminds me how much I truly love these. Typically in new construction, it's very common to see our sink on the island as well as our dishwasher. I want you guys to notice that our dishwasher is actually going to be right here next to our window sink. And now the last thing I want to mention before we exit our kitchen is going to be that our single deep sink is going to be an upgrade. What comes standard is going to be our double sink. Now right behind you guys is going to be our dining space, where you can see there's a good amount of situated space for our dining table. And we're gonna have those two side facing windows, bringing in a decent amount of natural light to our dining space. You guys got a little sneak peek of the living space already. We're gonna put a pin in it and we'll come back later, I promise. First, we're going to step down this hallway where you guys are going to see our first bathroom just to the left of me. And in our first bathroom, we are going to get different countertops on our double vanity sinks than we saw in our kitchen, as well as light gray cabinets. And we're gonna have that shower tub combo with those ceramic tiles that go about 3/4 of the way to the ceiling. Now, before we exit our bathroom, one thing that I wanna talk about is this is obviously not a linen closet. It is actually our AC. Now, one cool thing that I love about our builders is to actually provide an air purifier in the HVAC unit, providing clean and fresh air every time you step into your home, and you can truly sense the difference when you walk into these homes. Now, we do not have a linen closet in our bathroom. It is actually just going to be across the hall right here. And I absolutely love the next feature of the home I'm about to show you guys. We're going to get our next 2 bedrooms just in this section, but just behind me is going to be our children's living room, where we have a loft-like area dedicated for our kids being in between our first 2 bedrooms. And we're gonna have that single side-facing window, bringing in a decent amount of natural light to our kids' loft. And I absolutely love the separation in space, being that the kids get their own space to relax and unwind, and as well as the adults do too. The kids have their own living room to play games, relax, come home, do their homework, and then the adults get their own space in the main living room, of course. So we're gonna come down this way. We're gonna have our laundry room just to the right of me, and then our first bedroom to the left of me. Now there is going to be a garage, our 2-car garage just behind me. However, our sales rep are currently using it as their sales office, so I won't be showcasing that to you guys today. So let's take a look at our first bedroom. Now in bedroom number 1, we're going to have carpets. That is going to be standard across the home. And keep in mind, you do have the opportunity to change those carpets at your design center. We have a single side-facing window, bringing in a decent amount of natural light to bedroom number 1. And we're also going to have those slider doors that lead directly to our closet. And just on the opposite side of our first bedroom, like I said, is going to be our laundry room, where you guys are going to see our washer and dryer. Those 2 appliances will not be included, but like our refrigerator, you can pick them out at the design center. And now just straight behind you guys, we keep walking this way, we're gonna reach bedroom number 2, where we're going to see that we have carpet just like our first bedroom, as well as a single side-facing window, bringing in a decent amount of natural light. And remember guys, fixtures, fans, things on our ceiling will not be included, but you do have the opportunity to pick them out at the design center. And we're gonna have the same slider doors leading directly to our closet in bedroom number 2. Now, exiting our second bedroom that we saw, we're going to walk back towards the living room as I promised you guys. And there's some really cool features that I just can't wait to show you guys. So let's take a look at this living room. And in our living room, you guys will see we have no shortage of windows and natural light coming in. And we have direct sight lines from our dining space in our kitchen, creating a great environment for entertaining. And you guys are seeing a ceiling fan in the living room. Remember that the ceiling fan is not a standard feature, but you will get the opportunity to pick some out at the design center. And we have this beautiful wall right here, which is perfect for that 75-inch screen television. And now before we exit our living space and I show you guys our covered lanai and our backyard, I wanted to talk about a really dope feature that our builders are providing. Our builder builds smart homes, meaning you guys get an access to a bunch of things all accessible from your cell phone. So you have thermostat control, a garage door opener, and our builder actually provides you your AirPod Home Mini. I'll showcase to you guys just a quick feature. We can say, "Hey Siri, can you turn off all the lights in the home?" And they all shut off. "Hey Siri, can we turn those lights back on?" And it's a work in progress. It turned on our living room lights, but not our kitchen lights. I'll show you guys right now. "Hey Siri, turn on those kitchen lights." And there you have it. So you guys can see we have a smart home. It's all fully controlled from your phone, so it's a really dope feature. We're gonna move on to our covered lanai, which is right behind you guys, along with our backyard space. Outside, under our covered lanai, you guys can see we can fit in a good amount of outdoor patio furniture, and I would love to see a TV added out here along with a grill to fully complete that ensemble. And in our backyard space, you see that the model has a fire pit out here. But keep in mind, this is just going to be a model feature. This is not even something you would be able to do at the design center. This is just something that our builders do to beautify their homes. So with that being said, let's head back inside and check out that master bedroom. Coming in from our covered lanai, we are going to walk into our master bedroom now. And I love the layout of how they made our master, being that we have our master bathroom just to the left of me and then our walk-in closet just to the right of me. So let's go ahead and take a look at our walk-in. And I absolutely love the location of it being right at the front of our room across from our bathroom rather than inside of it. And next up, we're going to take a look at our master bathroom, where you guys will see we have an upgraded hexagon tile flooring, as well as the same quartz countertops and gray cabinets that we saw in our previous bathroom. And we have an upgraded all glass step-in shower enclosure with those tiles that go all the way up to the ceiling. And we have also a window in our shower, bringing in a decent amount of natural light, which is always nice for our shower. Now we do have a water closet in this bathroom being just right here. And I love the separation of space that our water closet gives us, being that if somebody else is using the bath, there's no interference with using our water closet / throne room. And we're also going to have a linen closet just right here behind me. And this is going to be a walk-in linen, which you don't see all that often, so it's definitely nice to see. And stepping out of our primary bathroom, we're going to continue down our hall and finish the rest of our primary suite. So in our bedroom, you are going to see that we do have gray carpets all throughout. We have these huge rear-facing double windows, bringing in a ton of natural light to our primary suite. And you guys are also seeing that fixture just above. And remember guys, the fixture is not included as a standard feature, but you would be able to pick them out at your design center. And that is going to conclude our tour for the day. So thanks for stopping by, you guys. I truly do appreciate it. All that's left for you guys to do is stick around for Coach Sheet and his numbers breakdown, and I'll catch you all in the kitchen for the outro. Peace. Welcome back, everybody, and thanks for stopping by my class. My name is Coach Contra, and we're going to jump straight into it today, starting off with our home value. And this home clocks in right at a base price of $459,990. Like I said, that's going to be a base price, meaning you will get the opportunity to go to a design center, pick out all your interior finishes and structural upgrades, and bump that price up. So for our examples, we are going to be adding about $20,000 in upgrades, giving us a grand total of $479. Now, I rounded up to $480 just to give us a nice pretty number. So let's talk about what a monthly payment looks like at a purchase price of $480. And we're going to go with our FHA loan, a down payment of 3.5%, giving us a down payment of $16,800. And our current market interest rate is floating around in the sixes. So I gave us a 6.5, giving us a monthly payment of $2,947 a month. And then you guys add in your PMIs, your HOAs, and anything additional. And speaking of HOAs, our community has an HOA of $234 per quarter, meaning that's going to be roughly around $78 a month, giving us a super low HOA. And on top of having a low HOA, we have no CDD in this community. So that is huge. We are going to be saving a good chunk of change on our monthly fees. And now moving forward, we're going to jump into our incentives, and our community currently has some good ones going on right now. And we have two types of incentives for our quick move-in homes and for our to-be-builts. So if you're going to go with a quick move-in home, our builders are currently offering you a lowered interest rate of a 4.99 fixed for the entire 30 years of your loan, on top of $12,000 in closing costs. So you guys are gonna have to come out of the pocket very little, as well as you guys will have lowered monthly fees. And let's talk about an adjusted monthly payment at an interest rate of 4.99, giving us a monthly payment of $2,486 a month. Moving on to our to-be-builts. For our to-be-builts, our builders are currently offering you 1% lower than our market average. So if we're at a 6.5, like our first example, you knock one interest rate below, giving us a 5.5. On top of $20,000 for our to-be-built. So you guys will be getting $20,000 in closing cost assistance, as well as that 1% lowered interest rate. So let's talk about our adjusted monthly payment at a 5.5% interest rate, giving us a monthly payment of $2,630 a month. So you guys see, we can save a few $100 just by having a lowered interest rate and choosing these builders. Moving forward, we're going to jump into our tax estimate. And before I get started, I just want to let you guys know that I'm not a lender. I do not provide 100% accurate information, and all this information could be subject to change. So don't go attacking nobody saying, oh, well, Coach She said. Look, if you guys want the most up-to-date information, reach out to me or Dylan and we got y'all. All this information is subject to change. So again, reach out to me or Dylan and we got y'all. With that being said, let's move into our tax estimate. For our property tax estimate, we have an annual tax bill of $6,625 annually. And now moving forward, let's jump into our loans. I'm gonna talk about some more popular loans. We already went with an FHA for our example. So next up is going to be our conventional. And the most common down payments we see are 3%, 5%, and 10%. So at 3%, our down payment is going to be $14,400. And at 5%, our down payment is going to be $24,000. And at 10%, our down payment is going to be $48,000 with a credit score of 620 to qualify. And now I'm frequently asked, what's the difference between FHA and conventional? And it's super simple. With our FHA loan, you're going to have PMI, and that primary mortgage insurance is actually going to be there the entire duration of the loan. Whereas with a conventional, you also have PMI, but it actually goes away once you hit 20% equity in the home. And if you guys need to go FHA for credit purposes or down payment purposes, that is okay. Once you hit that 20% equity mark, you guys can refinance out of your FHA into a conventional and have that PMI removed, saving you those few $100 every single month. Next up is going to be our VA. So shout out to all my veterans out there. We truly do appreciate everything you guys do. And the VA appreciates so much that they hook it up with a 100% financing loan. That is a big whopping $0 down for your down payment. With a credit score of 620 to qualify, all my veterans are required to bring into their closing table is their closing cost. And speaking of which, closing cost is going to be my final segment. And I usually calculate at a rule of thumb of 4%. Now on average, 3% is a good rule of thumb. It just depends on builder and other factors as well. So I calculate at 4% to kind of give you guys a little bit of that extra buffer space. So at a rule of thumb of 4%, our closing costs are going to be $19,200 for our closing cost. And that is my final segment for the day. So thanks for stopping by, and back to you, Dylan. Thank you, Coach She. We appreciate you as always. And as you guys can see, we are back in the kitchen. As a final recap today, we were in St. Cloud once again, checking out our builder's Meadowfield. It has 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and sits at a square footage size of 2,092 square feet. And now this is usually the point in the video where I take a quick second to say thank you to anybody who's still watching, or if you've been showing love and supporting my channel thus far. I truly do appreciate it, and it means the world to me. And if you haven't heard me say it yet, my name is Concepcion, a Central Florida real estate advisor, and I go all over Central Florida touring new construction communities and homes so you guys don't have to. So if you found any value in today's video or my previous content, you should consider hitting that like button and subscribing. One, because it is free and helps my channel go a long way, but two, it also keeps you guys in the loop so you aren't missing any opportunities similar to this one. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.